Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa if you are new here. Now in this week's video, I'm going to be providing you guys with 5 tips to avoid becoming Catholic. Now I'm Catholic, I've accidentally become Catholic, but because I've become Catholic, I know the 5 ways to keep you from becoming Catholic. These are foolproof tips, so take these, write them down. If you want to not be Catholic, remember these things. They will be very, very useful to you. So if you're interested in hearing the 5 tips on how to avoid becoming Catholic, then just keep on watching. So the first thing to keep in mind if you want to not become Catholic is that there's certain books in the Bible that you should avoid. And I'm going to list them off here. This list is kind of lengthy, so be sure to get out your pen and paper. So the books to avoid if you don't want to become Catholic are Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st, 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. These are books to avoid if you don't want to be Catholic. Now you may be wondering, why do you have to avoid these books? Well, it's because Catholic teachings are found in these books. You can find justification for Catholic teachings in these books. And also, do not get me started on the Old Testament books. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. My second tip is do not read early church writings. Now, if you have fallen guilty of reading the Bible, just make sure you do not read early church writings, because early church writings, they have a lot of Catholic stuff in it. Like, you'll be reading from like St. Justin Martyr, you'll be reading from Saint Cyprian of Carthage, you'll be reading from St. Augustine, Origen, Tertullian, and all of a sudden you'll become Catholic because they say some really Catholic things in those early church writings. Don't read the Didache at all. Just avoid that stuff entirely. Do not read early church writing because you may accidentally become Catholic. My third tip, do not look into church history. I love history, so this was really, really hard for me. So this is probably why I ended up becoming Catholic. But don't look at early church history. Don't look at church history at all. Just like, don't pick up a history book on the church, because what you will find is that if you trace back the Catholic Church to the time of Christ in 33 AD, that's the only church that you can trace back to the time of Christ. You can see when the church was established, and it makes it so hard when you learn this information to not become Catholic, because when you realize that Christ established the Catholic Church, that it's still around today, you'll become Catholic from that. So just avoid church history at all. Just don't read it. The fourth tip I have for you guys is that do not Google Catholic teachings. Like, just don't do it at all. You know what? If you hear that Catholics worship Mary, don't Google, do Catholics worship Mary? Because if you do this, there's going to come up websites such as like Catholic.com that will say like Catholics don't worship Mary, and they'll give you a Bible verse and facts that answer that question. So if you want to believe that Catholics worship Mary and you don't want to be proved wrong, then don't Google it. Like, don't Google like, why do Catholics go to confession? Don't Google, why do Catholics believe in purgatory? Do not Google this stuff, because you're going to find the answers to these questions, and they're really easy to find. Like I said, Catholic.com has answers to these questions. There's other like Catholic YouTubers out there that answer these questions, so avoid them at all costs if you don't want to know the answers to these questions, because once you start learning the answers to these questions, even if you think that it's not going to answer your question in a Catholic way and you're like, oh, there's no way that confession is in the Bible, you will be proven wrong, because you'll find out that every Catholic teaching is rooted in Scripture. So this kind of goes hand in hand with avoiding reading those books I said at the beginning, because using Google and those books, you're going to become Catholic. You can't avoid it. So just avoid that stuff. And the fifth and final tip I have for you guys is to stop watching this channel. Click off this video right now, okay? Do not look at the rest of my videos on this channel, because I've answered the questions that you may have about the faith. I make videos about Catholicism, and I think they're pretty compelling too. But do not watch these videos, because not that I think that I'm going to make you Catholic, but the facts themselves are so clear that you cannot like ignore them. Avoid all other Catholic channels also. Some Catholic channels that you should definitely avoid is the Catholic Answers channel, the Council of Trent channel, Unapologetically Christian channel, Overt TV channel, the Life of a Catholic channel. You want to avoid all of these channels. How to Be Christian, avoid that. Keith Nestor, avoid that. If you don't want to be Catholic, do not whatsoever watch these channels, okay? I got your back. I've I've done the work, I felt the pain. I'm Catholic. I know what it's like to be Catholic, and I know how to avoid it. So avoid these. So guys, if you guys do not want to become Catholic, apply these 5 tips to your life right now. And if you're still watching this video, then you didn't listen to me when I told you to click off to avoid becoming Catholic, so click off now. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of comedic video. Hopefully you guys found it funny. If you guys didn't find it funny and you thought it was completely stupid, let me know. But I want to make a video kind of making fun of how to avoid becoming Catholic. Now, I read a lot of things on like how to avoid getting fat, how to avoid having pimples, how to avoid getting your hair cut, how to avoid failing, stuff like that. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a video about how to avoid becoming Catholic. Now, if you had come to this video expecting actual like information, this is actual information. This is useful information if you want to know how to not become Catholic. But if you came to this video and you're like, what is Vanessa posting? Let me know how you reacted to this video. My mom's going to get a total kick out of this video. The rest of you guys probably think that this is idiotic and stupid. I don't really care. I had fun making it. It's a short video. I hope you liked it. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. If you want to see more of me, please hit that subscribe button and also turn on that bell notification so you're notified when I post. I look forward to seeing you guys all in my next video. Bye-bye. Bye.